The story begins in the small, idyllic town of Willowbrook, where a 12-year-old Abe Applebaum is a celebrated kid detective. With his sharp mind, he solves trivial mysteries for the townsfolk, like missing pets or school pranks. However, his fame is overshadowed by a tragedy. His friend and classmate Grace disappears, leaving the town in shock. Despite Abe's best efforts, he fails to solve her case, and it remains a dark cloud over his life. Now 32, Abe continues to operate his detective agency despite the concern from his family and derision from his peers for his failure to grow up. Depressed over his struggling business and the complete lack of respect he is given, he abuses alcohol and drugs to cope. An orphaned high school student named Caroline approaches him for help, investigating the murder of her boyfriend, Patrick Chang. Despite never having investigated a murder case before, Abe sees this as a chance to prove himself and agrees to take the case for free. Their investigation leads to the discovery of several secrets that Patrick had kept from Caroline, such as his involvement in drug dealing and his affair with an older girl named Melody. They also learn that his friend Calvin is in love with Caroline and resented their relationship. However, Abe's clumsy style of work also leads to several mishaps, such as angering Patrick's father and being arrested for sneaking into Calvin's house. He eventually reaches a breakthrough when he realizes that a series of origami roses given to Caroline were not from Patrick, as she assumed, and are identical to ones that were received by Gracie shortly before her disappearance. When he also learns that the person he implicated in the theft of school fundraiser money as a child was actually innocent, he is able to deduce the identity of both Gracie's kidnapper and Patrick's killer as being high school principal Irwin. Abe confronts Principal Irwin at his home and reveals what he has learned. Irwin had become obsessed with Gracie and plotted to kidnap her. The theft of the school fundraiser money had been a test to see if Abe really was as good of a detective as people thought. And when he failed to solve the case correctly, Irwin felt confident in carrying out his plan. Caroline is, in fact, the product of Irwin's rape of Gracie and had secretly been left at a church by Irwin after her birth. When he found a lewd picture of Melody in Patrick's locker, he mistook it for Caroline and killed Patrick in revenge for ruining her. With his crimes revealed and confronted by the fact that he murdered Patrick over a mistake, Irwin kills himself in front of Abe. Abe subsequently discovers Gracie, still alive, locked in a shed in Irwin's yard. Abe is hailed as a hero for solving the case and rescuing Gracie, restoring his respect in town and greatly boosting his agency's business. However, he is haunted by the recent events, and when his parents come to check on him, he breaks down sobbing as the movie ends.